Hi guys, it's Mrs. Wine. Welcome back to third grade art class. This week we're going to continue to study the artist Miro. And this week you might need a couple of different resources. Number one, you might need the Roll a Miro game that we used last week. I know a lot of you had fun with that, so it's certainly something that you can use this week. And you will definitely need the new sheet that I attached to Google Classroom this week that says, how can I show movement with basic lines and shapes? This sheet is going to give you all sorts of different ideas for how you can use line to show movement. You can use any of those ideas, or you can certainly create your own. So to start with, what I did is I created some Miro inspired figures on my paper. Just going to zoom in a little bit. And you can use the ideas from the Roll a Miro game. You could play a couple more rounds of the Roll a Miro game, but I just filled up my paper with those different Miro inspired figures. Then I have to start to think about, what do I want these figures to be doing? Because I drew this figure sideways and up at the top of my paper, the first thing that comes to my mind is this figure should look like it's flying. So maybe I'll put some lines around those arms to make them look like wings that they're flying. And then I could take my pencil and I could put maybe a line that shows the trail of where this person has flown to. I always like to draw in pencil first, in case I want to erase. So I just use a little dash line that comes up, loops around, and goes off. So you can see the path that this thing took when it was flying. That leaves me two figures down here. What do I want them to be doing? Well, maybe this one is, I think this one is going to look like it's sort of whooshed across the page. So again, I'm going to use a line to show that path of movement. I'm going to start out here, and I'm going to draw a curved line and make it get bigger as it goes toward the back of the page. So it almost looks like this thing has flowed through that way. And the shape of this thing's body, again, makes me think that it's dancing. So I could add a few lines there, just to show that movement. And then I've got this last figure over here. Maybe I could make some little dashes to show maybe this thing is dashed in from the other side. When I see those straight lines, it always makes me think like something is running. If you did the Keith Haring project last year in second grade, we certainly talked about how Keith Haring uses lines to show movement. Once I know I have the lines the way I want them, then I can trace back over those lines with a marker just to make them show out a little darker.